Well, very pleasant evening, everyone, and welcome into Toyota Stadium in Frisco, normally a professional soccer venue, but also for the Frisco ISD schools to use, along with Memorial Stadium and the Jerry Jones the Star. And so we are glad to be here tonight for the Wildcats season opener, as they're playing Frisco Wakeland, the third year in a row that they're playing. I'm Don Julian, joined by Ross Lubinsky.
Hi, Don. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
And so Ross is being pressed into duty tonight. He came off the bench. Chad Young has some things to attend to and some family business and stuff that he's got to take care of tonight. So we've got Ross here to help me with this one. And I guess I would imagine we're going to come up on the national anthem, and we will listen for that. But I might as well dive into the starting lineups for tonight's game, and we will start with the Frisco Wakeland Wolverines. Their quarterback is Peyton Lewis. Running back, a good one from last year, Jared White. And another running back is Josiah Hadley. Wide receivers are Dugan Sexton, considered to be maybe the best of their receivers. Also Jack Mayer and Chase Wainwright. Tight end is Trip Reardon. Left tackle is Ryan Tabor. The left guard, Connor Smith. The center is Cade Meyer. Right guard is Jack Jones. And the right tackle is Tyler Brooks. That's the offense for the Wakeland Wolverines. Wildcats defense will line up this way as far as the starting lineups are concerned, as Wakeland comes out onto the field, and the crowd, such that it is, cheering them on here tonight. And we have a few fans across the way from Sulphur Springs too, by the way. Starting for the Wildcats on defense at the defensive tackle positions, DeAndre Peoples and also Brighton Reuter, and the nose guard is Alex Rodriguez. Inside linebackers, Ryan Carrillo and Wyatt Smithson, and the outside linebackers, Cameron Hargrave and Landry Meskimen. Corners for the Wildcats, Dominique Sims and Caden Eaton, and the safeties are Wiley Bennett and Cordarian Bull Turner. That's the defense for the Wildcats. Now let's look at the Wakeland defense. And they have the 3-4 look. Their nose guard is Carson McMillan. Their defensive ends are Jawan Lee and Preston Sneed. Sneed is a real good one. Inside linebackers for the Wolverines, Dalton Veras and Zach Cheney. And outside linebackers, James Asel and Will Hornbeck. On the corners, Chase Wainwright and Johnny Kusa. And their safeties are Noah Mangum and Davion Woolen. I think they're making some announcements in here right now, just some taking care of some housekeeping. So we'll give you the Wildcats offense right now. At left tackle is Somjay Pryor. Left guard is Dalton Givens Nelser. The centers are Aiden McCormick. Right guard, Alfredo Olavide. Right tackle is Sean Dial. Quarterback, Caden Wallace. Running back, Caden Davis. The B-back is Carson Fenton. And the wide receivers will be Matthew Sherman and also Bryant Sanchez. And I don't want to leave out the slot receiver, C.J. Williams. So those are our starting lineups. And I believe we're about ready to go into the national anthem. Ross, have you figured that out yet?
Believe we just got through a brief moment of silence.
Well, I apologize for talking through that, but I had no idea. Now we're standing for the national anthem. and our national anthem, and that reminds me that it's kind of a lonely thing to be a visiting team in this era of coronavirus. The Wildcats do have the cheerleaders with them here tonight, but no Blue Blazes and no Wildcat band to be able to travel on a road venue. We'll look forward to seeing those spirit groups next week as the Wildcats will be playing at home against Lovejoy. And maybe Lovejoy will come in without their band and without their drill team. So I guess it all evens out somehow, some way. But we miss you guys, those Blue Blazes, and also the band. And we've got an extra long halftime report, half an hour, I believe, and so we may even catch some of the Wakeland band, that Wolverines band. Ross from Allen over there in close to this area, and high school football is awfully big there, and I know you're a big fan.
Oh yes, sir. For all the listeners out there who don't know, a little fun fact about me: I went to Allen High School, just as Dawn said, and was graduating class of 2015. So all you Texas high school football fans out there, if you're familiar with a little guy by the name of Kyler Murray, he and I were in the same graduating class. So we had, let's say, lots of success over there.
All right, Ross, thank you very much. They have done the coin toss already, and they must have done that pre-game, but the Wildcats will be kicking off, and I don't know whether they deferred or just lost the toss, but right now Josh Tavera has the ball teed up for the Wildcats, and this is a Jayhawk Chevrolet in Sulphur Springs kickoff. And Tavera getting ready to put the foot in there and kick to Frisco Wakeland, and he will kick deep, and they were looking for a short kick. It hits on the 2 and goes all the way into the end zone. So get off to a good start in a new or used vehicle from Jayhawk Chevrolet on our Jayhawk kickoff, and it was a beauty by Tavera as he sent it all the way to the 2-yard line. They were up looking for the usual short kick, and Tavera's got the strong leg. He can do that. Here comes the Lakeland Wolverines offense with Peyton Lewis back in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left, has a running back with him back there, and it'll be a running play to the right side, around the corner, across the 30, the 35, and down to the 40-yard line. A 15-yard gain on the run by Jared White. So, boy, Wakeland getting off to a good start and picking up a first down.
No kidding. It looked like they almost got tackled, but here we go on another play.
Absolutely, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line after the 15-yard run by Jared White, and he had to get around the one Wildcat on the corner and then ran it on down for 15 yards and a first down for the Wakeland Wolverines. Lewis will take the snap. They'll try another run. This one, one broken tackle, but it moves up only 1 yard on the play where the Wildcats get in there quickly. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Wakeland at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, just like you were saying on the previous play, or on the first play of the drive, it looked like Sulphur Springs could have made a really good tackle on the play, got some lost yardage, but instead, 1st down and now 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that was much better. It was very contained. There was a little bit of a broken tackle. It might have been a loss otherwise. Lewis takes the snap, throws the ball complete to the tight end, has the first down for Wakeland. He dropped the ball on the ground but quickly picked it up. It will be a Wakeland first down at the Wildcat 49-yard line. And see that guy coming off the field there. That looks like Trip Reardon. They're a sophomore, a starting tight end. So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines as they've picked up a couple of first downs and they move just inside Wildcats territory. Lewis will take the snap, and it'll be a reverse to the left side, and then cutting it up the middle to good effect and getting a first down for the Wolverines all the way down to the Wildcats 36-yard line. The Wildcats looked like they had good contain out wide, but then he cut it back up inside, Ross, for good effect.
Yeah, it was very quick. It looked like it could have been another tackle for loss, but instead they use his speed to his advantage.
That's the 3rd first down for the Wolverines. This one at the Wildcats 37-yard line, so 1st down and 10. as they spotted that ball back 1 yard from where I thought it ended up. So from the 37 in Wildcats territory, Lewis takes the snap. He'll throw the ball out in the flat. It is caught by Jared White. He moves across the 35 and tackled at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of only 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as the Wolverines are at the Wildcats' 34-yard line. Again, the Wildcats in that 3-4 defense. And I see DeAndre Peoples down there. He's has had a good summer and early during the scrimmage and everything. Lewis back in the shotgun on 2nd and 7, and it'll be a handoff to White right up the middle. He's going to be tackled short of the first down. He's going to need about 1 more yard. I believe it'll be 3rd and 1 for Frisco Wakeland at the Wildcats' 28-yard line.
Let's see what Wakeland can do on the first 3rd down of this drive.
Yeah, they've been really moving, and so this is a big play for the Wildcats defense. Lewis back here, and let's see. Well, they called off the quick snap. A Wildcat actually jumped, but got back. So Lewis back in the shotgun will take the snap. He fires the ball out. It is caught. 1st down across the 25, down to the inside the 20. Down around the 18-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Wakeland. And that pass was completed to Chase Wainwright.
That's another Wakeland 1st down.
So Wakeland 1st down and 10 now, as they would be in the red zone if it was back in the old days in the playoffs where penetration like that was heavy-duty stuff. So 1st and 10 from the 17. Lewis will fake the handoff. Now lobs a pass. It is caught at the 15. And the receiver down to around the 10-yard line. And that pass was caught that time by Alex Shirley, who also plays some inside linebacker. But that's the 2nd tight end. They really love, Ross, they really love to use the tight end with the Wakeland offense.
You're absolutely right, Don.
So 2nd down and about 3 needed from the 10-yard line. And Peyton Lewis back in the shotgun. And again, they do not take that quick snap, but now they'll kind of reset. He has 2 receivers out to the left, has that back Jared White to his left. Back to Lewis. Lewis looking down the field, has time, flushed out of the pocket. He will scramble, gets a block, and gets a 1st down, tackled at about the 5-yard line. And another 1st down for the Wakeland Wolverines. That'll be 1st down and goal for the Wolverines at the Wildcats' 5-yard line.
And just like you were saying, Don, they love to use multiple tight ends on that play. On top of having 2 wide receivers, they had 2 tight ends.
Yeah, they really, that's an integral part of the Marty Secord offense, is use of those tight ends. 2 receivers out to the right, not very far, for Lewis on this 1st and 5. Will take the snap, and he'll hand off to White. White heading, touchdown for the Wolverines. That was Jared White on the 6-yard touchdown run. Actually, I said 5. It looked kind of like, well, we'll say a 5-yard touchdown run by Jared White. So 75 yards down the field for Wakeland. I forget, lost track 4 or 5 1st downs in there. And just made all the plays. Extra point pending here. The snap, a good one. The ball is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. You can identify that kicker there as that was put through there by Nolan Krinsky. So Krinsky's kick is good. It's Frisco Wakeland 7, the Wildcats 0. 7:11 left here in the 1st quarter. And we'll take a break here, and we'll be back in a moment. Frisco Wakeland kicking off here, and we are live streaming this football game. We weren't sure whether we would be able to do that. There are lands all over this place, the hard line for streaming. And Kinski with the kickoff for the Wolverines. He puts the foot into it. A deep kick is going to take it all the way back. Oh, the player called for a fair catch. Oh, that's right. If you fair catch inside the 25, the ball comes out. I was thinking, why did he do that? You know, see, it's it's been almost a year since we've done any football for me too, and you forget, you fair catch inside the 25 and it comes all the way out to the 25-yard line. That was a very smart play there by Matthew Mitchell. He is a brainy kind of guy. He's a backup quarterback. Caden Wallace leads the Wildcats out on the field as they now have their turn with the football. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Caden Davis, the running back. And they will try Davis on the run. He's across the 25 to the 30. And Davis moving up to around the 32-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play for Caden Davis. It'll be second down and 3 for the Wildcats from their own 32. And Wallace trip receivers out to the right. Has that running back to his left. He'll fire to the right. The ball is caught out there by Bryant Sanchez. And he's going to move, tackled on that sideline. Looks like he left it a yard short. So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 34-yard line for the Wildcats. So a big third down play real quick here, 3rd and short for the Wildcats. They bring Sanchez and C.J. Williams out to the left side. Receiver way out on the far side here on 3rd and 1. There's a snap and handoff. Caden Davis, he's in trouble back there, but he breaks it around the side. And Cade, he will get a first down. Well, no time to do a water run tonight, and boy, do we need it. I need it. First down for the Wildcats. As they're up at the 38-yard line. Nice run by Caden Davis. Sorry about that, but no time to get water tonight. Could not find the source. So first down and 10 for the Wildcats. This is a Hooten's Hardware first down. They're a lot more than just nuts and bolts. And there's a run on the play by Davis. He is up to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4 for the Wildcats. From their own 44-yard line. And Wallace back in the shotgun. Again, they did not take the quick snap. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. And Wallace takes the snap, looking down the field, fires an out pattern, incomplete. Tried to hook up with Matthew Sherman. Sherman pressed into starting lineup duty tonight. Weston Fields is not playing tonight. He is injured. He did not make the scrimmage last week. They're hoping to get him back just as quickly as possible. So Sherman couldn't latch on to that. Made a beautiful catch in the scrimmage, a one-handed catch. Was right in front of me. That was a sight to behold. Third down now and 4 for the Wildcats at their own 44-yard line. Caden Wallace takes the snap. And he will hand off up the middle. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Another good, strong run by Caden Davis. And the senior, with 3 years on the varsity, gains the yardage needed for a first down. Quick play by the Wildcats on 1st and 10. They'll try Davis again. He found some good holes up the middle and goes across the Wakeland 45-yard line to the 44. It'll be second down and 4 for the Wildcats at the Wakeland 44, and the Wildcats have it in high gear right now. This is almost NASCAR. There's a handoff to Davis. Boy, that play was jammed up. Nowhere for him to go. The Wakeland put up the roadblocks that time. It'll be a net, well, let's see, where they're going to put it right at the original line of scrimmage before that last play. So third down and 4 for the Wildcats at the Wakeland 44-yard line. Another big play for the Wildcats on 3rd and 4. Caden Wallace back in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion across the backfield handoff, and its play is stopped dead in its tracks. So the Wildcats, that was J.J. Hall was in there in the running back position, and he was hit for a 3-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 7. And let's see what the Wildcats do here. Coach Owens may roll the dice. His quarterback is the punter, so that's not going to give anything away. Not going to see anybody trot on the field, and the Wildcats are going for this 4th down and 7 play from their own 47. Caden Wallace back in the shotgun, will take the snap, looks down the field, looks for an open man, scrambles back there, and he's going to be hit and sacked. Boy, just nobody open that time. And then Wakeland started arriving, and the ball goes over on downs. And Wakeland will take over at the Wildcats' 47-yard line. So about probably a 10-yard loss or something there. But Caden Wallace just could not find anybody open. And by then, he was having to play dodgeball back there with Wakeland coming in. So here come the Wolverines, their second drive of the game. And the ball at the 47-yard line. Two receivers left, one to the right for Peyton Lewis. Will take the snap, rolls to the right, getting a pressure, hit as he throws it down the field, incomplete. As they were throwing down there for that real good receiver, Dugan Sexton. Pretty good coverage on the play for the Wildcats. As that defense was provided by the starting cornerback over there for the Wildcats, and that would be Caden Eaton. Good play by Caden to disrupt that pass. Second down and 10 for Wakeland at the Wildcats' 47-yard line. Lewis takes the snap. He fakes and then rolls to the right. He seems to be jammed up, but he found a little bit of daylight. The Wildcats usher him out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be third down and 7, and from the Wildcats' 44-yard line. Wildcats had the sideline to help them, but they had that play pretty well jammed up, and all Lewis, he got forward for a little bit, but certainly not much. And here come the Wolverines. Two receivers left, one to the right for Peyton Lewis. Lewis takes the snap, back in the pocket, has time to throw, sails it down the field, incomplete. Looked like once again trying to go to perhaps a tight end. Was thrown in the general direction of Josh Howell, who is a tight end and a defensive end. That's about the third one we've mentioned. Punting time for Frisco Wakeland. And back for the Wildcats is going to be Matthew Mitchell, the backup quarterback, and will also play some safety for you. And Mitchell, very athletic young man, back at the 14-yard line. Player kind of slow getting in for Wakeland. Here's a snap back to the punter, and he gets it away. Kick comes down to Mitchell. He'll make the fair catch at the 11-yard line. And so the Wildcats will take over at their own 11. As the defense holds for the Wildcats after the over on downs. And 3 and out for that Wildcats defense. Make Coach Guetta very happy on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, absolutely. You could see just how happy the Wakeland players were after that turnover on downs. So all momentum could be on their side, but go to Sulphur Springs to get the ball back.
And this is a Hooten's Hardware Emory first down here. Fake to the running back. Wallace throws to a wide open receiver. The ball is caught. And down the field that play goes. Nice play there for the Wildcats. And C.J. Williams, who really impresses me. He is a fine-looking receiver and a very young fella, too, as C.J. is just a sophomore. First and 10 on that play. Another Hooten's Hardware in Emory first down. And once again, they're more than just nuts and bolts. You ought to see them. A real big outfit there in Emory. Very impressive. So first and 10 from the 33-yard line for the Wildcats. Williams goes from the left to the right. And here's a fake. And now Wallace will keep. He breaks one tackle and then moves up to the 42-yard line. So it's a gain of about 4 for Caden Wallace. As the Wildcats have said, Coach Owens has said that they will run the quarterback more this year. They'll be a bigger part of the offense. And so second down and 6 for the Wildcats from the 37-yard line in their own end of the field. Wallace takes a snap. Handoff, running back, busting it up the middle. getting a pretty good yardage up across to the 41-yard line. That's going to be 2 yards short of the first down on the run there for the Wildcats. And once again, that was Caden Davis. Have 2 receivers over here to the left side for the Wildcats. That would be Matthew Sherman and also Cable Glenn to the left side. And a B-back also in there. And here's a handoff on this big third down play. And once again, Wakeland has had the answer on third down as they stuff the Wildcats on another big third down play. So it'll be 4th down now and just 2 needed. So the Wildcats having a tough time dialing up the right play on third down. And Caden Wallace back to punt. It's always intriguing when your quarterback's the punter. You never know when he might just drop off a little pass to somebody. So here's the punt for Wallace. It's back to him, and he kicks it down the field. It's going to hit and bounce and go out of bounds down around the 25-yard line. Looks like they'll mark it at the 26. So Frisco Wakeland leads 7-0 as we play here in the first quarter. We've just about exhausted the first quarter. We have 53 seconds left in the first quarter. And here come the Wolverines from their own 26-yard line. It'll be their 3rd drive. Last time the Wildcats forced them 3 and out. Peyton Lewis, the quarterback from the shotgun, and he will hand off White straight ahead. The Wildcats have it contained pretty well. A 2-yard gain in there. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats from the 28-yard line. Quite a bit of experience. I thought the Wildcats were going to be quite young this year, but Coach Owens mentioned the other day they have 23 seniors. So they've got some guys that have seen some Friday Night Lights action. 2nd down and 8 for the Wolverines. Back to the quarterback rolling to the right. Lewis shoots a pass. It is caught across the 30 and then knocked down at about the 33-yard line. That'll be 3 yards short of the first down. Once again completed to Shirley. Alex Shirley, a junior. And big play for the Wolverines now. It's actually be 3rd and 2 from the, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, it's the Frisco Wakeland Wolverines 7 and the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs 0. And we'll take the break here. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this break. Well, we played one here at beautiful Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Home of the, what is that, Dallas? The Dallas soccer team. Let me just say that. Soccer Dallas. Isn't that the way they do that?
Pretty close.
3rd down and 2 now from the 34-yard line. There's signage all over this place. You think I would have noticed. Here's a running play. 1st and 10 for White, the running back, and he'll be up around the 40-yard line for Wakeland. Jared White, a nice-looking running back. Coach Secord said that he thought he would be one of the district's best running backs this season, and that's saying something with that strong district that Wakeland finds themselves in, including Denton Ryan, a #1 ranked team. Peyton Lewis back in the shotgun from the 40-yard line. Will roll to the right. Now throws a pass down the field. It is, almost intercepted. Hands on it there, but just couldn't bring it in, as that was Matthew Sherman, I believe. No, that's not right. Let me figure out who that was. Oh, that was Bull Turner. Cordarian Bull Turner. So back there in the safety. Bull, of course, last year was starter as a sophomore. So 2nd and 10 now from the 40-yard line for the Wolverines. Lewis back to pass. He's getting a rush. They have a screen going, but the back couldn't catch the ball. So not a very well executed screen that time. Looked like the linemen were in pretty good shape. The quarterback got rushed, and so that sped him up a little bit, and he just didn't have time to find that receiver real well. Receiver just couldn't get to the ball. Incomplete pass, 3rd down and 10. Lakeland from their own 40-yard line. Big play for the Wildcats defense, as they would like to shut the door right now. And favorite expression for defensive coordinators everywhere, get off the field, guys. Peyton Lewis takes the snap. He's back in the pocket. He gets a rush from Carrillo. Now steps up. Pass is incomplete. Try to dump off pass to White. And once again under duress, so Lewis kind of did not put that one on the mark. So a punting situation for the Wolverines. Not 3 and out, but so punting time for the Wolverines. And I believe Mitchell is, no, this is a new punt returner back there for the Wildcats. So Wakeland with another punt, and the snap is back, and the kick is away. Oh, that is Sherman back there. Excuse me, the ball kicks out of bounds after a relatively short kick. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats, and they will start right at the 25-yard line after that kick. So that was a 35-yard kick with no return because it was kicked out of bounds, which is always an effective thing to do. So this is a Hooten Hardware 1st down for the Wildcats offense. Time to go to the tools of the trade. How about that? Caden Wallace takes the snap, swings the pass out to Caden Davis, and he will be hit for a loss back around the 22-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be closer to the, actually all the way to the 24, so a 2-yard loss on the play. So back to the 23, let's say that. So 2nd down and 12 for the Wildcats at the 23. Oh, the down marker has 4. I know that's not right. There they go. They changed that 4 to a 2 like it was supposed to be. I think if you turn it in the wrong direction, you end up with a 4 instead of the 2. This is their first game too. Back to Caden Wallace. He's got time. Fires an out pattern. It is caught. And up to about the 20-yard line, or make that the 30-yard line. That's 5 yards short of the 1st down for the Wildcats. Completed to C.J. Williams. I believe that's at least his 2nd catch tonight. So 3rd down and 5 now for the Wildcats, and this is where they've really kind of had a struggle here, is converting on 3rd down. That first drive they seemed to put a lot more together, but since then they've kind of ground to a halt. Wallace back in the pocket. He's got a rush, and he's going to get sacked back there. He was in trouble from the beginning, and he'll be thrown for a loss back at the 24-yard line. And once again, the Wildcats will go 3 and out and be forced to punt the ball. Wakeland leading 7-0 as we have 9:34 and counting on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. And once again, Caden Wallace is back to punt for the Wildcats on this 4th and 11 from the 24-yard line. Back to Wallace. Rugby's to the right and kicks it down the field. It's a high punt. Hit right on the sideline. Actually, I guess not, because they got extra yards there. All the way to the their own 49-yard line. So I believe that's about a 25-yard kick. Boy, it was awfully high. It was high up in the air. But again, no return, and that's worth a lot. So Frisco Wakeland, 1st down and 10 at the Wildcats 49-yard line. Peyton Lewis is their quarterback. Kind of reminded Coach Owens of a young Drew Brees. And here's a man in motion, and it's a handoff on a sweep to the right, and the Wildcats have that play diagnosed very, very well, and there's no gain on the play. Looked like Cameron Hargrave was among the players in on the tackle. So 2nd and 10 now from the 49-yard line. Wildcats defense, the first down, that first drive was kind of a bummer for them, but they've really come up big since. And they came up big on that play. 2nd down and 10, again from the Wildcats 49. Lewis back in the shotgun. Will take the snap, and here's a running play, and trying to get around the left side, does make it around the corner, and that's going to be good enough for the first down. Boy, once he got around the corner, that Jared White, he was able to accelerate and gets the first down to the 37-yard line in Wildcats territory.
Oh,
go ahead, Ross.
Just saying we got a flag on the play.
Oh, okay. Good. I did not spot that.
Yeah, it was on the very far side of the field. It's tough to see. We're pretty high up here.
Well, they're letting them remark the ball, so
12 yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines, as though they're at the Wildcats 37-yard line. So the Wildcats defense facing a Hooten Hardware first down here. Lewis rolling to the right, looking for a receiver, throws the ball down the field, and real good defense there by the Wildcats defender. A big rush also for, that was Douglas Deloney, on the defense, and a big rush by Ryan Carrillo. Or an ultimate compliment from a football coach, as the other day, Coach Owens said Carrillo was tougher than nails. Now that's tough. I got some in a tire the other day, and it was so tough I have a new tire now. Tough as nails. 2nd down and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Back to Lewis. Here's a handoff, and White running up the middle, and he's going to be hit right at the 35 after a short gain of 2. Wildcats defense just kind of crunched that play up. And DeAndre Peoples among the last people up there. So 2nd down and 8 now from the 35. Again, it's Frisco Wakeland 7, the Wildcats 0, with 7:44 left here in the second quarter. Game that seems to be moving along at a fairly rapid pace, I would say, as the defenses have kind of rose to the top. Big 3rd down play here. Now Lewis is going to run it right up the middle, and he will run. It appears he has. It's very close on the first down, looks like to me.
Looks like he might be a little short.
Well, they're going to move the chains, according to the man in the white hat, as he must have eyeballed it. Now they do move the chains. So Lewis running effectively. That's one thing Coach Secord said he liked about his quarterback. He can run as well as pass. So 1st and 10 for Wakeland at the Wildcat 27-yard line. This time they went under center with Peyton Lewis, and that must have been so confusing to their offense. The flags were flying like confetti there. Let's get the, I don't know if they're going to give us calls here in this ball game. Well, it is a illegal procedure. I did not hear the call ringing through this facility here, so may not have that feature. So a loss of 5 on the penalty. 1st down and 15 for Wakeland. Now back at their the Wildcats 32-yard line. Lewis from the shotgun, 2 receivers right and 1 to the left, and here's a run. No, it's a fake, and Lewis keeps, and he's running into the secondary. He made me miss for sure, and then gained a lot of yards down to around the 20-yard line. That's short of the first down by 3, so a big 3rd down and 3 play for Wakeland from the 20-yard line. Or 2nd down and 3, excuse me, that's right, there was a penalty on that first one, so it's 1st and 15. So 2nd and 3 after a gain of 12 by Peyton Lewis. He was very versatile last year, caught a lot of passes and threw some passes. Here's a running play for Wakeland, and it's going to go for a 1st down, as running with the football was Josiah Hadley, kind of a backup running back. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Play for another Wakeland. 1st down.
So once again, the Wildcats defense looking at that Hooten's Hardware first down, and we have a timeout. Sulphur Springs taking the timeout. And 6:02 left here in the second quarter. It's Frisco Wakeland 7 and the Wildcats 0. And we'll take the break with them, and we'll be back in a moment. And the ball down at the 15-yard line with 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Again, 6:02 left here in the second quarter. Wolverines up 7-0. They took the game's opening drive and scored. Both teams have been thwarted since, but now the Wolverines on the attack. Back to Lewis. He fires the ball over the middle, incomplete, and then a Wildcat whiffed on trying to get the interception. Would have been an incredible interception had the play been caught there by Landry Meskimen. He was a receiver last year, but I mean, that ball just flashed by him. So he didn't get much of a look at it. But the tight end didn't either for Wakeland. So 2nd down and 10 for the Wolverines at the Wildcats 15-yard line. Lewis back in the shotgun. And the lines get together. The center still waiting to snap the ball. And once again, this will go against the Lakeland offense. A couple of penalties they've had. And it'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball now back at the 20-yard line. And the Wolverines have 2 receivers to the left. And Lewis back in the shotgun. White just to his left, the running back. And he will hand off to White, and he is hit immediately by the Wildcats. In fact, that's a loss of 1 on the play back to the 21-yard line. Good Wildcats defense on that one. Having a lot of good defensive plays by that Wildcats bunch.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 3rd down and 16 for the Wolverines.
And here they come now on 3rd down and 16 from the 21-yard line. Lewis, 2 receivers to the left, takes a snap. He's back to pass, has time, looking, fires the ball, touchdown Lakeland. Completed to their best receiver. That's Dugan Sexton. That was a 21-yard touchdown pass on a 3rd down and 16 play. So Lewis found Sexton. And the Wolverines lead 13-0 as they'll try to tack on the extra point here, with Nolan Krinsky doing the kicking for the Wolverines. Wonder if he's an Andy Holt soccer player. There's the kick on the way. And that one went right through the uprights. So we have 5:10 left, or 5:18, excuse me, here in the second quarter. New score here from Toyota Stadium in Frisco. Frisco Wakeland 14 and the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs 0. We'll take a break, back in a moment. Well, it's kickoff time. This is a Jayhawk Chevrolet of Sulphur Springs kickoff. And here comes Krinsky. He puts the foot into it. It's a short kick. It's going to bounce and taken at the 15, across the 20, and across the 25, and then up near the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. Pretty good return over there. I believe that was Mitchell. And made a good return up close to the 30-yard line, I believe. No, they're going to mark it back at the 27. He must have stepped out of bounds a little bit before that. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 27. 5:12 left here in the second quarter, and the Wildcats down 14-0. Caden Wallace back in the shotgun, and now whistles are blowing. And perhaps there's an injured Lakeland player. I'm not sure. Maybe Wakeland just taking a timeout. So timeout taken. 5:12 left in the second quarter. Frisco Wakeland 14, the Wildcats 0. We'll take the break with them, back in a moment. Caden Wallace takes a snap, and here's a run by the Wildcats across the 30. Or they're going to mark it right on the 30-yard line, as that was J.J. Hall. Backup running back. He's kind of hard to spot back there. The little fella, he can hide behind those big offensive linemen. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 from the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. Hall stays in there for this play, and Wallace takes a snap, fakes to the running back, throws. The ball's caught in the secondary, across the 50 and down to the 45-yard line. I believe that was, yes, C.J. Williams. They're going to mark it at the 46 in Wakeland territory. That is a Hooten's Hardware in Emory, 1st down. And that was a beauty there with C.J. Williams. He is an exciting receiver. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 46. A running play, and that one's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage. Once again, J.J. Hall on the run. No gain. 2nd down and 10 from the 46 in Wakeland territory. There's still 4:24 left in the first half, so the Wildcats have some time if they can get on down the field here. They trail 14-0 to the Wolverines of Wakeland. Caden Wallace has tripped receivers to the left side, takes a snap, and here's a running play to J.J. Hall into the secondary, and he runs for a 1st down to the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. That is another Hooten's Hardware 1st down. And I don't know how we can say it more than they are much more than nuts and bolts. They've got those too, though, if you need them. 1st down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Wallace fakes to the running back, looking down the field, sails it down there, and it is intercepted by Wakeland. Looked like the Wildcat receiver maybe had gotten a bit of separation. And what was that number, Ross?
That was number 42, it looks like.
All right. Trying to see who that receiver that may have, I think that was thrown down toward Bryant Sanchez. I believe that was him down there. He looked like he was separating a little bit, with the ball perhaps a bit underthrown, and the Wakeland defender able to intercept. The good news for the Wildcats is Wakeland has 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line. And Lewis is back in that grass back there in his own end zone. He has Jarrett White with him. 3:56 left here in the 2nd quarter. Lewis back to pass from the end zone. Sails the deep pass, has a receiver there, and he makes the catch. And finally the tackle made. Boy, a beautiful long pass. And Coach Owens talked about how beautifully that Lewis can throw the long one. And that went from the 3 of Wakeland to the 43 of the Wildcats. So a 54-yard pass right on the money. So a 1st down and 10, and once again that Wildcats defense will face that Hooten's Hardware 1st down. And now to rub in the salt, the Wildcats are penalized 15 yards at the end of that play. Let's see if we can get a preliminary signal. I don't know if they've already done that, but now we're not going to get it. Apparently it's already been done. So down to the 28-yard line. Oh my. Here's Peyton Lewis. He hands off to White. White hitting into the right side, and he will cross the 25 down to about the 24. That's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Wakeland at the Wildcats' 24-yard line. There's still 3:24 and counting as the clock is running. But Wakeland threatening once again to add to their 14-0 lead. Lewis, 2 receivers left and 1 to the right, with White, the running back, behind him. Again, they don't go for the quick snap. They'll kind of take their time now. White now moves to the right side of the quarterback, Lewis. He takes the snap, fakes, and throws the ball. It is caught in the secondary. The Wildcats popped that receiver real good. In fact, his helmet came flying off. That was Sexton, but he did hold on to the football for a 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the Wildcats' 16-yard line. And and I think Sexton, since his helmet popped off, he has to sit out of play. He heads to the sideline. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right from the 16-yard line for Wakeland. 2:40 left here in the second quarter. Lewis takes the snap. Here's a running play. White right up the middle, breaking tackles. 10, 5, touchdown, Jared White. Boy, just broke some tackles and went 16 yards. And Wakeland is really rolling now. Second touchdown of the night for Jared White. And it's 20-0 with 2:30 still left here in the second quarter. And once again, Krinsky in on the extra point. Nolan Krinsky, he's a junior kicker. And the snap is back, the ball is down. Krinsky's kick on the way, and the kick is good. He's 3 for 3 in the extra point department. 2:30 left here in the second quarter. New score here from Toyota Stadium in Frisco. It's the Frisco Wakeland Wolverines 21 and the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs 0. And we'll take another break, and we'll be back in a moment. Well, time for another J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. Jay Hodge over there on Wildcat Way in Sulphur Springs. And kickoff now by Krinsky. Wildcats have a pair of receivers back deep. And the kick on the way, and it's a kick to the left side. Again, another fair catch taken by Mitchell. And again, it's inside the 25-yard line, so that'll move up to the 25. That was a rule, Ross, that they came up with several years ago, trying to reduce some of the big hitting that goes on kickoffs to kind of give you a fair catch opportunity and get that ball coming on out without all that contact.
Makes sense. When you have a defender flying at you at full speed, I wouldn't want to get hit like that.
Yeah, there's so much the violence on kickoffs like that is, if you're on the sideline, it's just outrageous. First down and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 25, and they'll try a running play, and this is Caden Davis. Davis across the 30 and to the 31-yard line, gain of 6 on the play. And the Wildcats have 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line. There's 2:15 left here in the second quarter. Wildcats down 21-0. They sure would like to get on the board before the end of the first half, maybe build a little bit for that second half. Caden Wallace from the shotgun. Man in motion across to the left side. Back to Wallace. Here's another running play. Davis will make the first down as he crosses the 35 to the 36. And that will be another Hooten's Hardware first down for the Wildcats. Tough running there by Caden Davis. And receivers left and right with a slot receiver to the right. Back to Wallace, and they'll try a run again to Caden Davis. And he's going to get forward for just a couple of yards on that play. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. From the 38-yard line. Wildcats in their own end as they're down to 120. They're going to have to see if Wallace can throw the deep ball here, perhaps. He's back in the shotgun. I know he can throw it. A ball dropped, but he picks it up, throws it down the field. It's caught and tackled 1 yard short of the first down. Once again, C.J. Williams. And a timeout is taken while we have an injured Wolverine on the play. And 3rd down and 1 from the 45-yard line. So we have an injury timeout here, James, and we will take it with the Wakeland player down, and we'll be back in a moment. Injured was one of the outside linebackers for the Wakeland Wolverines, and that would be James Asel. The good news was he came across, he walked off under his own power, so that's good. First down and 10 for the Wildcats, and here's a running play right up the middle. Pretty good burst of about 6 yards. Once again, I believe that was Caden Davis. Yes, it was. The Deuce back there, number 2. So first down and 10 for the Wildcats. Hooten Hardware first down. Wallace looking for a target. tries to run it, move forward. Actually, he was tackled for a 2-yard loss. He did move it forward, but he had gone back to pass. So net gain is a loss of 2, or net result, and it'll be 2nd down and 12. Timeout taken with 25 seconds left by the Wildcats. We'll take the break with them. We'll be back in a moment. Wildcats football on KSST tonight with streaming audio and video. So you can check that out. Go to the YouTube bar on the KSST website. Figure out a way to get that coming your way. 2nd down and 12 for the Wildcats as Wallace is back to pass. He steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to scramble out of there, trying to get around a Wolverine. He takes him on, but got tackled on the field of play. And he did gain about 5 yards. And I think the Wildcats, that may be just about their 3rd and last timeout, I would think.
Sulphur Springs.
Yes, that's going to exhaust the timeouts, but they do get one more here. 10 seconds left here in the first half. The Wildcats down to the 46-yard line in Wakeland territory, 3rd down and 7. And so let's take a break here, a quick one. We'll be back in a moment. Well, Don Julian here with Ross Lubinsky, and a season opener. Those are always exciting events, you know, kind of the beginning of the season and everything.
Oh, absolutely. And I have to wonder if both these teams, especially not maybe Sulphur Springs, is feeling a little bit of that opening season rust.
Well, you know, there is that, you know, and first game jitters, and 3rd down now and 6. And Wallace back to pass, and he'll throw an out pattern. It is caught and out of bounds quickly there for the receiver for the Wildcats, who is Cable Glenn. And Glenn gets a first down. That's a Hooten's Hardware first down. 5 seconds left. So it was Roger Staubach who first came up with the expression, a Hail Mary pass. A good Catholic Roger was, with his upbringing and in Cincinnati, and he coined that when he hit Preston Pearson after that big pass in Minnesota. So maybe we'll see it now with 5 seconds. Wallace back to pass. He's going to sail it downfield, incomplete. The Wakeland defender had his hands on the back of C.J. Williams, but it was not called by the officiating crew. Decided that there was nothing there, and so the pass down toward that wasn't quite to the end zone. Looked like maybe inside the 10, down around the 5-yard line. So he would have had to have caught that ball and do a little running. But that's basically going to bring our first half to a conclusion. And we have, let's make sure the players have not gone anywhere. So now it looks like, I guess they're just they're probably enjoying this field so much that they just want to stay out here a little bit more rather than head into that locker room. Yeah, so it's a beautiful field here, but now Wakeland now making their way to the locker room. The Wildcats kind of talking it over there, and they remain on the field while the Wakeland band is getting ready to, a nice large band getting ready to put on a performance. Halftime here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco. The Wildcats trailing the Frisco Wakeland Wolverines 21-0 at the half. It's halftime at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, and Frisco Wakeland leading the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs. The score 21-0. I mean, might warn Sulphur Springs that Mike Lamb is on the loose. He just put in an appearance a short time ago up here in the press box. Always good to see Mike, but he is loose out there, so be careful. And again, Don Julian along with Ross Lubinsky. Is I guess still a student at the University of Texas, and you're getting very, very close to graduation apparently, and one of the things you needed was an internship, and we're glad that you've taken that opportunity to visit us here in Sulphur Springs to do that.
Oh, I'm thankful and blessed to be a part of the KSST team. Thanks for having me, Don.
Well, I was up here kind of getting a little preview of things to come, and we may immerse him more so. I've got some things I've got to take care of next week, and so I will be out for a few days next week, and so Ross is going to be doing some of the things that I normally do, and so we are really glad to have him in the booth here tonight, and expect Chad Young to be back with us next week. Again, he had some things he had to take care of, I think, in the granddaughter department, and sometimes those things are very, very necessary, and so Chad taking care of that tonight, and but we're glad to have Ross here with us. I'll tell you what, there was a force. You may have, across the district, there was kind of a shudder in the force because North Forney kind of announced to the world that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with as they defeated the state's number 2 team in Class 5A in Division 1, Frisco Lone Star. And North Forney beat them at the Star last night here in Frisco, 34-31. And that is just outrageous. Everybody figured North Forney, for the last couple of years, they were supposed to kind of be a force, and be honest with you, they've been kind of disappointing. But I think they're sure out to make up for that this year, as they seem loaded, as the Wildcats found out when we played them in the last game last year. Also tonight, if I can read this here in the dark, Frisco Centennial at Royce City. I know Ross has some scores on here, and he will give us an update. Frisco Centennial at Royce City. Also, the Colony is playing at Corsicana. Ennis at Red Oak. Dallas is really excited about that one. That's kind of their game of the week up over there for the Dallas Morning News. White House versus Forney. That's in Forney. Greenville is playing at Nacogdoches, and Crandall is at Jacksonville. So, Ross, what have you been able to find out?
Absolutely. So the Royce City Centennial game, that's still in the first, but both teams are tied at 0 right now. You mentioned the Dallas Morning News covering the Ennis Red Oak game, but as of right now at the half, it's kind of a snoozer with Ennis ahead big time, 31-0.
Ooh.
Jacksonville is currently ahead against Crandall, 12-0 in the first. Forney is up by 1 against White House in the second, 7-6. And Wiley East and Mount Pleasant tied at 0. And another game we've got going on is Colony and Corsicana. Colony is up 14 on Corsicana in the second. And the last game we've got is Greenville. Let's see how they're doing.
All right.
So they are still tied with Nacogdoches 0-0 in the second quarter.
My goodness. Well, that's kind of interesting. Certainly, with not only North Forney saying, hey, we're going to be reckoned with, Ennis says, better watch out for us, guys. We're up on Red Oak, and Red Oak is usually always a good team, and 31-0 at the half. And that's really kind of a shocker. Interesting to see Forney up on White House in the second quarter. Forney had a tough season last year, but they're trying to bounce back. It looks like Wakeland is coming back on the field, as are the Wildcats. We're probably about 4 minutes from the start of the second half. So let's take one more break here, and we'll come back with the second half kickoff. Again, we're at the half. It's Frisco Wakeland 21 and the Wildcats 0. It's halftime at Toyota Stadium in Frisco. Frisco Wakeland 21, the Wildcats 0 at the half. We have a volleyball score to report. We appreciate Coach Bailey Dorner for sending us information along. It was not a very strong night for the Lady Cats. They got beat 3-0 in Princeton, and it was 25-11, 25-21, and 25-14. And Coach Dorner noted that Brooklyn Burnside had 5 blocks tonight, and Sadie Washburn had 18 kills. So the Lady Cats now 3-3 on the season, and they'll be playing in a tri-meet with Wiley East, have Frisco on the mind, but Wiley East and also Forney, and they will all play each other. And they'll be at Wiley East. And I think the Lady Cats games, if I understood Coach Dorner correctly, are at 12 noon and 1 o'clock. So we are just about back. Let's real quickly check in with Ross. And what do you feel like the Wildcats need to do in the second half to kind of turn this around, Ross?
Well, it's going to be tough because that quarterback of theirs, he is very impressive, especially when he scrambles. I mean, Will Blake just runs all over the field, and it's tough to keep that kind of quarterback down. But, I mean, if you can limit the big plays, I feel like they can have a much better chance in this game.
All right, thank you very much. And we're ready now for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. And once again, Krinsky is the kicker. And I am intrigued to know if he's maybe a member of Andy Holt's world-class soccer team. There's a short kick on the way. It's over toward the flat, taken by the Wildcats at the 25, across the 30, and up around the 34-yard line. Once again, I believe that was Matthew Mitchell on the return. And so the Wildcats will start from the 34-yard line after a nice return by Mitchell. And I think basically the Wildcats have just got to find some magic on third down. There seemed like a couple of drives that kind of are in progress, and then just had some third down plays that just didn't quite click. So let's see if the Wildcats see how they do in the second half as Wallace takes the snap. And here's a fake, and now Wallace rolling to the right, fires the ball downfield, caught by C.J. Williams, and he's bulldogged out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. That'll be just about a yard shy of the first down, a 9-yard pickup. So second down and 1 for the Wildcats at the 43-yard line. So Wallace from the shotgun, receivers left and right. The slot receiver on the right now moves to the left. That's Williams. And a running play for Caden Davis, and he is wrapped up by the Wakeland defensive line. And he will lose back to the 41-yard line. So that sets up more of a tester now of third down and 3 from the 41-yard line for the Wildcats. It's very important, so important. It's one of those things that you try to achieve as a goal is the first drive of the third quarter. Here's a fake. Wallace keeps. He's going to run for the first down across the 50 and then makes a business decision like Deion Sanders and runs it out of bounds there, but he got the first down, and you don't want that quarterback endangering himself anyway. So first and 10 for the Wildcats. This is a Hooten's Hardware first down at the 49-yard line. The Wildcats in Wakeland territory. Nice little run there. Good fake by Caden Wallace. Wallace from the shotgun, fakes, throws it down the field. It is caught by C.J. Williams. He almost gave it up, but he kept with it with those good hands, and he is very close to the first down. Looks like it's just right on the mark. They're going to say second and very short for the Wildcats. Let's say second and 1 as they scrimmage at the Wakeland 40-yard line. And once again, Wallace takes the snap and a running play. To the right goes Davis, and he's going to be bottled up as Wakeland able to string that run out a little bit to keep it from being a north-south run. And it'll be third down and a yard needed. And it's a bigger yard now than it was as that play lost some inches. So third and 1 for the Wildcats from the Wakeland 40-yard line. Big play early in this third quarter for the Wildcats. Caden Wallace takes the snap. He'll run Davis again, who hits up. Boy, this was a north-south run. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Hooten Hardware first down at the Wakeland 37 or 38-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Nice, tough running by Caden Davis. Two receivers off to the left. You've got Glenn off to the right and have Sanchez and Williams off to the left for the Wildcats. Back to Wallace. Here's a running play for Davis. He's around the right side across the 30. down inside or down around the 25-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. That was a well-executed play for that Wildcats offense, a little misdirection that worked very, very nicely against this tough Wakeland defense. And again, another Hooten's Hardware first down for the Wildcats, 1st and 10 at the Wakeland 25. Good-looking drive so far. We gotta keep it going, guys. As drums across the Mohawk start by that Wakeland band in the end zone. Back to Wallace. He fakes and keeps. He rolls to the left, looking downfield. He lobs a pass. It's caught. Very pretty play there for the Wildcats. Another first down as that was completed to C.J. Williams. C.J.'s had a big ball game receiving the football. Another Hooten's Hardware first down at the 14-yard line for the Wildcats. Boy, that was another great Wallace fake, and he had all day out there because of that. They did not know that he was going to bootleg to the left. Wallace takes the snap, and he fakes and keeps to the left. Fights off a tackle across the 10. Wallace inside the 5. Wallace is going to score for the Wildcats. And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. You can't imagine how long I've waited to do that after hearing Jimmy Rogers say that for about 500,000 times in his broadcasting career. I'm going to have to work on it a little bit. I'm going to have to practice. But that felt good there. Boy, what a nice run there by Caden Wallace. So extra point for the Wildcats, and Josh Tavera in the kick, and Mitchell is the holder. The snap is a good one. The kick on the way by Tavera, and he splits the uprights. A beautiful drive for the Wildcats as they go 66 yards for a touchdown. 8:51 left in the third quarter. New score here from Toyota Stadium in Frisco. The Wildcats of Sulphur Springs 7 and Frisco Wakeland 21. We'll take a break. Back in a moment. Time now for the Jayhawk Chevrolet in Sulphur Springs kickoff by Josh Tavera. Strong-legged young man, and he will kick deep again. And once again, Wakeland was playing for the short kickoff, and Tavera hit the goal line in the air. He's probably got one of the strongest legs that we've seen in quite a few years. I think always the issue with Josh in the past has been accuracy, but there's no doubt he can kick the ball, as we used to say, a country mile, and you know that's bigger than a city mile. First down and 10 now for Wakeland at the 25-yard line. And once again, Peyton Lewis is back in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, and he's going to run right up the middle, and he's going to get hit and tackled as he was hit there by Landry Meskimen, who always plays like his hair's on fire, as he is quite an active and energetic young man. Made the tackles, a gain of 5, second down and 5 from the 30-yard line. And now looks like Lewis is taking himself out of the ball game. He looks a little gimpy there. So a big moment here, a change in quarterback. They'll see if they can get him taped up or something. As Wakeland going to their backup quarterback, and this will be Will Blake. So Blake from the shotgun takes a snap, and it's a handoff wide around the right side. Picks up the first down, gains down the sideline. Finally forced out of bounds at about the 42-yard line in Wakeland territory. And boy, Peyton Lewis did not miss anything as he let the quarterback come in and do a very wise thing. A backup quarterback says, hey, I'm going to give it to our really good running back, rather than try to throw it or something like that. So Lewis is back in there as he made a rapid recovery. So first and 10 for the Wakeland Wolverines at their own 42-yard line. Lewis will hand off, and the Wildcats storm. The ball is down on the ground. It's a fumble. The Wildcats have recovered inside the 40-yard line. And I believe that the man that recovered the football is going to be Ryan Carrillo. That's the way I read that. I will certainly check with Coach Owens in the morning, but Of course, Carrillo could have just been excited, but it looked like that it was him. It was really hard to say. There were so many players around the ball, but a huge turnover for Frisco Wakeland. So the Wildcats now trailing only 21-7. First down and 10 from the Wakeland 39-yard line. So Caden Wallace has him in the shotgun. Will take the snap. He fakes and now hands off running back straight ahead. I believe Deloney has now come in at the running back spot. He is a load. He's 215. No, I take that back. I apologize. Caden, I'm not sure why you look so bulky there, but that once again was Caden Davis. All 180 pounds of him. And it was a gain of 4, second down and 6 for the Wildcats at the Wakeland 35. And they're going to try Davis again, and he got the first down as he squirted past the 30-yard to gain, and he's down to around the 29, first and 10. That is a Hooten's Hardware first down for the Wildcats. I would sure like to write the lead in the story tonight, Ross, of a tale of two halves. Frisco Wakeland owned the first half and the Wildcats owned the second half. Well, I've got that halfway written. Maybe just I better tuck it away, though, and see how it plays out. Wallace from the shotgun takes the snap. He fakes and keeps. And Wallace will head upfield down to the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 3. So second down and 7 for the Wildcats at the Wakeland 26-yard line. Kind of 3 yards, I would say, in a cloud of dust, but be hard-pressed to find dust on this beautiful field. And once again, Caden Wallace from the shotgun. And a Wakeland defender rushed, and it caused the Wildcats offensive player to react, and sometimes the defense gets penalized for that, but let's see how they call that. The offense usually gets that call against them, but it sure did look like they influenced the call by the way they rushed in there. And sure enough, just like death and taxes, that's a call against the Wildcats. But the way that guy came in there, I guess you've just, Coach Offit would probably say you've just got to be disciplined. No matter what that defense is doing, you've got to stay in that position until the ball's snapped. Put words in Coach Offit's mouth. He can do his own talking. He's a great offensive line coach. Second down now and 8 for the Wildcats, and Wallace throws an out pattern. Oh, incomplete. Bounced off the receiver. Couldn't bring it down. And it'll be third down. And so pass is incomplete. I believe that was headed toward Matthew Sherman. Yes, Ross confirms that for me. So now we have third down and 8. As the Wildcats are down to the 31-yard line. A big third down play. This might be 4-down territory, though. Caden Wallace takes the snap. He rolls to the right. He's being chased. He fires the ball down the field. Oh, incomplete. A dropped pass, and that receiver is pounding the ground. C.J. Williams not happy with himself there. That's a sign of a player that really cares. He wanted to make that catch, and it just happens sometime. You just drop them. He hadn't dropped much tonight as he's had a fine night, but he would sure like that one back. And the Wildcats will appear to be going for it here as they're down to the 31-yard line.
I'd be interested to see if they'll try to run outside, because that's where the best of their offense has worked.
And so here's Wallace from the shotgun. Back to pass, has time to throw. Fires it down the middle. It's caught for, it's intercepted. It bounced off a Wildcat and intercepted by Wakeland. And he's still running, and he gets it all the way up to the 50-yard line before Samjay Pryor was able to, the offensive tackle was able to bump that, and that went off of a Wildcat receiver. I thought he had caught the ball. I was ready to call a catch down there, but it went off the Wildcat receiver, and there are 2 Wildcats that are very slow getting up after that crazy play. And we've got an injury timeout here, and we will take it. 5:57 left here in the third quarter. as it's Frisco Wakeland 21 and the Wildcats 7. Back in a moment. And Ross, who got that interception? Who did you ID on that?
That was number 43 for Wakeland, Colin Peak.
Okay. Oh, Colin Peak with a big interception, and it went off of the Wildcats receiver. Like I say, I thought that was caught.
I sure did too, Don.
So the ball at midfield now for Wakeland as they dodge a bullet as the Wildcats had a big chance there. Peyton Lewis rolling to the right. He's going to throw the ball deep. Has a receiver wide open back there. Caught. Touchdown. Oh, my. Long touchdown pass that time. And it was to Jack Mayer. So a 50-yard touchdown pass. Boy, the worm turns, doesn't it? Off of a Wildcat receiver deep inside the 10-yard line, intercepted by Wakeland. And then they throw a 50-yard bomb. And just like that, they move the lead out to 27-7. Extra point pending as Krinsky is out for the Wolverines. And this is Nolan Krinsky, a junior kicker. Some of the Wakeland players, it is the first game, but players not getting out quickly on the extra point. Here's a kick by Krinsky. He certainly didn't let it bother him here, and he kicked it between the uprights. So we have 5:49 left in the third quarter, and a new score here from Toyota Stadium in Frisco. It's Frisco Wakeland 28 and the Wildcats 7. Let's take a break here, and we'll be back in a moment. And time for another J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. There's J. Hodge over there on Wildcat Way in Sulphur Springs. If you got a car that you want to sell them, they'd probably like to see you. They would probably like to beef up their inventory a little bit at this point. And there's a kick by Krinsky, and it's going to come down inside the 10-yard line. It's muffed back there, and oh my, that well, they're going to say he was outside of the end zone just barely. Looks like at the 1-yard line. As it looked at one point like that ball ended up in the end zone, but they're going to say officially down at the 1. Oh, that was just a terrible, terrible situation on a muffed kickoff that Wakeland covered very, very well. So not wonderful field position, to say the least. That's the understatement of a long time. So Caden Wallace is back on first down and 10 from the 1. Here's a pass, and it's incomplete. That was kind of behind the receiver towards C.J. Williams. Incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10 from the 1-yard line. So the Wildcats, as that was the Hooten Hardware first down, so they still got to see if they can get out of the shadow of their own end zone here. Wallace takes the snap, and he'll have a run up the middle, and it's across the 5, across the 10. And that was Caden Davis for a first down up to, looks like about the 13-yard line, a 12-yard run for Caden Davis. I thought about that Tony Dorsett run of 99 yards. That didn't quite turn into that, but had the potential. But good run nevertheless to get the Wildcats out of the hole there. On that, now another Hooten's Hardware first down from the 13-yard line. Wildcats in their own end. Caden Wallace takes the snap. They'll try another run. And once again, Davis ripping it up the middle. And he just continues to fight as he gets turned all the way around and just moved forward. Ball at the 21-yard line on the run, so that's a gain of 8. It'll be second down and 2 for the Wildcats as they're at their own 21-yard line. 4:49 left in the third quarter. Frisco Wakeland with a 28-7 lead over the Wildcats. The Wildcats have had a good second half. They had one score, and they were mounting a drive when they had that unfortunate interception. Wallace takes the snap. Oh, the ball is on the ground, recovered by Frisco Wakeland, as quarterback and running back somehow did not complete the handoff, and the ball ended up on the ground. and picked up by Wakeland. And I believe that was Gage Autry. Was that a 41, you think, Ross?
I believe so.
So a big fumble for the Wildcats. And, of course, when you start at your 1 yard line, it's going to be terrible field position. And Wakeland now at the ball at the Wildcat 12. So the defense with a tall order here has Peyton Lewis from the 12-yard line. We'll take the snap. He throws the fade, and the ball's incomplete. Good defense by the Wildcats not to get called on an interference call. And that looked like Bryson Lacey. Is that a numero uno, huh? Bryson Lacey, a receiver last year and now playing as a secondary man. So Bryson knows how to run those routes and did a good job on defense on that one. So 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats, or actually for Wakeland. How about that from the 12-yard line? Lewis takes a snap and a running play, a short gain up to about the 10 before the Wildcats defense. There's about 5 of those guys in there on the tackle. Looked like that nose man was the last guy up there. Looked like that might have been Ivy. They are Colson Ivy. One of the many on that tackle. So 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Defense has had 2 good plays, and they've got to do it at least one more. Lewis back from the shotgun, takes the snap. He throws the pass, incomplete. The receiver was reaching up to grab it. Somebody on the defense for the Wildcats got up a hand, and it looks like Wakeland will now send in the field goal team. That's a real victory for the defense. You the ball's turned over on your own 12, and the defense did the job that time. They gave up 2 yards in 3 plays, and they're forcing the field goal attempt here. And this will be, once again, a player very slow to get out there. And this will be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Good snap. Ball is down by Krinsky. Oh, look, he kind of sprayed it up there. Oh, it's good. He got it in between the uprights. It was a line drive. The hold didn't look all that wonderful, but Krinsky is able to kick it through from 27 yards, and it is good. That changes the score. 3:42 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's now Frisco Wakeland 31 and the Wildcats 7. We'll take a break here, and we'll be back in a moment. As Krinsky gets ready to kick off for Frisco Wakeland, this is a Jayhawk Chevrolet kickoff for Frisco Wakeland. They're up 31-7, kicking to the Wildcats. And here's a pooch kick. It's a short kick. It's taken at the 16-yard line across the 20 and up to the 25-yard line. Once again, Matthew Mitchell on the return for the Wildcats. He's been a busy guy tonight as they have kicked the ball his way a lot. And he returned that one up to the 24-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. A Hooten's Hardware 1st down. And here come the Wildcats. They have 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Caden Wallace from the shotgun will hand off, and running is Caden Davis, and Davis got into the secondary and runs down to the 41-yard line. A 17-yard gain there by Caden Davis, and that is a Hooten's Hardware 1st down for the Wildcats up to the 41-yard line. And so Glenn off to the right, along with Sanchez, receiver off to the left. There's a snap to Wallace, and he'll try J.J. Hall, and Hall bursts to the right side across the 50, the 45. J.J. running toward the sideline now is finally tackled. Looks to be down around the 42-yard line. As J.J. kind of a hitch in the get-along as he gets up. He's trying to shake that off so he can stay in the football game after that very nice run. Another Hooten's Hardware 1st down for the Wildcats running backs down to the 42-yard line. There's a snap to Wallace. And, a good protection block by J.J. Hall. Wallace, because looked like some malfunction in the backfield, threw that ball out of bounds, and to make it 2nd and 10. And a Wakeland player is down and hurt on the play, and they will take care of him. We'll have an injury player timeout here. 2:36 left in the 3rd quarter. Wakeland 31, the Wildcats 7. Let's take a break. Back in a moment. The injured player who's making his way off the field is Barak Setinkaya. He's a junior nose guard. Wildcats have 2nd down and 10, and Wallace will throw the out pattern toward J.J. Hall, incomplete. Hall went up to try to get it. Now Wakeland picks it up like a backward pass, but the officials say no, that was a forward pass by Wallace, incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats now, as they had a couple of incomplete passes. And Glenn is out to the right. That's Cable Glenn. And here's a running play, J.J. Hall, and he will gain a few yards. Actually, that play was stopped either at the line of scrimmage or perhaps even a loss of a yard. It was a loss of a yard. It'll be 4th and 11. And so the Wildcats unable to get anything going. And it'll be punt time for the Wildcats. And back deep is Davion Woolen, who is usually a defensive player. He's going to return this punt. And here flag is down as the kick is away by Wallace. It hits inside the 20. Oh, it's going to roll inside the 5-yard line. Finally downed at the 4. There is a flag down. It's perhaps somebody offside on that punt. I'm sure Wakeland would like a re-kick if it's against the Wildcats, and if it's against Wakeland, we'll see what the Wildcats do. It would still be 4th down and 6 if, but once again, the officials are talking it over to see how the linesman made that call. And now Coach Owens is coming all the way onto the field a little bit to chat with the officials. And actually the officials are talking to both head coaches on this situation. So both of the head coaches, Coach Owens gets 2 officials. Marty Secord had just the 1. I think he got the lineman, though. He got the guy that actually threw the flag. Here's the call. The call is against Wakeland. And they're going to march it off here. Is a 5-yard penalty. So the Wildcats now will have this. We mentioned if it was against Wakeland, it would be 4th down and about 6. And let's see if that's enough for Coach Owens to decide to go for it here. They're inside the 40. They're at the 38. They're trailing 31-7. So time is a little bit of the essence. 1:42 left in the 3rd quarter. And the Wildcats are going for it here on 4th down and 6. Back to Wallace. He looks down the field, steps up in the pocket, shaking off tacklers, tries to run for the 1st down, and he's going to be tackled. He may have gained about a yard or so, but couldn't get the big yardage he needed for that 1st down. So the ball will go over on downs. And Frisco Wakeland will have the ball now at their own 37-yard line. They lead 31-7. 1:34 left in the 3rd quarter. Again, Lewis, the quarterback, takes a snap, handoff to a running back, and he is moving upfield, and that backup running back runs for a 1st down, as that was Josiah Hadley. And he makes the 1st down. It was about a 12-yard run up to the 49-yard line. As Wakeland had good blocking on that. Hadley didn't have to particularly run hard. He just followed his blockers and made a nice, smooth 12-yard gain there. Hadley's going to stay in there, it looks like, as a running back. And Lewis, the quarterback, again takes a snap. He'll fire an out pattern. It is caught. And a broken tackle. First down for Wakeland across the 40 and up to about the 38-yard line. Another Hooten's Hardware first down that the Wildcats defense is facing here. Let's call it the 37-yard line. And once again, Lewis, the quarterback. Quite a field general for these Lakeland Wolverines. Was kind of a jack of all trades last year. I think their stud quarterback got hurt, and Lewis was pressed into service. But he also ran quite a few plays as a receiver. Kind of reminds me of the way Wildcats used Ryan Humphreys several years ago. There's a short run for Wakeland. It's a gain of 2 up to the 35-yard line. It'll be second down and 8. And the ball to Wildcats' 35-yard line. And the Wolverines in no particular hurry. The clock under 30 seconds here in the third quarter. And players jumped too fast. It must have been a hard count or something, and there was a little bit of contact. And I would imagine that's going to cost the Lakeland players are clapping, so it's going to be 5 against the Wildcats. We'll turn second down and 8 into second down and 3. That's a completely different call. And we'll see if Ross can find any updates on some of those scores and maybe hear from him as we get into the fourth quarter. Right now, the teams are already changing into the field. There's still another 5 seconds on the clock, but they're going to let it roll right down. And that is the end of the third quarter. And we've played 3 here from Toyota Stadium in Frisco. And after 3, it's Frisco Wakeland 31 and the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs 7. And we'll have the fourth quarter beginning for you right after this break. And the first play of the fourth quarter, Wakeland leading 31-7. They got the ball second down and 3 from their 30-yard line, and Lewis will fire an out pattern. It's caught. A flag flies as Sexton made the catch and has a first down easily, but there's laundry all over the field here of the yellow variety.
I'm gonna guess.
Let's see what we've got.
I'm gonna guess holding on the offense.
Yeah, we've got 3 officials now. Jimmy Rogers used to call this a Serengeti moment. You have a gathering of the zebras. Ross liked that, I could tell.
It was good.
He was laughing like a hyena. No, not really. He's just kidding. So here's Markoff. It's going to be of the major variety, a 15-yard penalty for Wakeland all the way back to their own, or the Wildcats' 45-yard line. Some kind of personal foul, I guess, huh? Or maybe an illegal block, maybe a chop block or something. Anyway, second down and really, really long now is about 18 yards needed for a first down. And Lewis, a handoff, and the running back heading down the right side, he kind of got tackled out of bounds, but I think the kind of the flow of the play just kind of came out of there. No flags or anything. A short gain for Wakeland. Again, that was running back Hadley, and it'll be third down now, and it's going to be about 15 from the Wildcats' 42-yard line. So the Wildcats would sure like to stem the tide here and get that ball back. And the play clock is under 10 seconds, so Wakeland's going to have to kind of speed up the pace here. It's under 5 now. They're going to really have to hurry. And that hit 0 there, unless I think the coaching staff helped them there. They called that timeout. Nice job by the Wakeland coaching staff. So 11:45 left in the fourth quarter. Frisco Wakeland 31, the Wildcats 7. And we'll take a break here, back in a moment. So big play now, 3rd down and 15 for Frisco Wakeland back on their Wildcats 42-yard line. Lewis back to pass, has time, dumps it off short across the 40, and they force Hadley out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. That'll be well short of the first down. Wakeland will still need about 8 yards. So it'll be 4th down and 8.
Looks like they're going for it.
It sure does. Absolutely look like they're going for it. This would be a 52-yard field goal, and I haven't quite seen that out of Krinsky's leg tonight. That would be a moonshot. So Wakeland down on the Wildcat 35 going for it here on 4th down and 8. And once again, Lewis takes the snap. He's looking. He fires a deep pass down the field, and it is caught for a touchdown. Oh, my. He went. Yes, touchdown for Wakeland. As he put it on the money. That Coach Owen says he throws some of the best long passes that he has seen, and he just put that right on the money. And I think he hit Sexton again at number 3.
You're exactly right, Don. And the second he beat the cornerback at the line of scrimmage and had no help up top, I knew that was 6.
I mean, the defender, not that bad a position, but that ball just dropped right in there. Extra point now for Krinsky. And here's the kick on the way, and that kick is right between the uprights. And so 11:30 left here in the 4th quarter. New score here from Toyota Stadium in Frisco. It's Frisco Wakeland 38 and the Wildcats 7. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time now for the Jayhawk Chevrolet kickoff for Frisco Wakeland. And once again, Krinsky, the kicker for Wakeland, who's been quite busy tonight, will do the kicking. Again, that's Nolan Krinsky, a junior kicker. And the kick on the way. Again, kicked over toward Mitchell, who calls for the fair catch. Makes it inside the 20, so that'll push the ball up to the 25-yard line. And so the Wildcats just, trying to for something good to happen right now. That's the main thing. It's a big deficit, 38-10. But if you could score 2 or 3 touchdowns to kind of end this thing, it kind of sets the tone maybe for the rest of this upcoming week. Caden Wallace back in the shotgun, takes the snap. He gets a rush, fires an out pass. It's caught for the Wildcats up at the 30-yard line. That was Matthew Sherman, who was a quarterback. I'm sure he could still play there if they desired, but he's primarily a receiver now, and he caught that for a 5-yard gain. So 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats at the 30-yard line. Caden Wallace back in the shotgun, takes the snap. Here's a handoff, a good run up the middle for a 1st down for the Wildcats. And that was a nice run that time by J.J. Hall. And J.J. runs it up to the 39-yard line. This is a Hooten's Hardware 1st down for the Wildcats at their own 39-yard line. 11:03 left here in the 4th quarter. Wallace fires the ball out to Sherman. Sherman running up ahead, dragging tacklers with him for 3 or 4 yards. And let's see, they will mark that down at the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats at, let's call that the 42-yard line. With 10:33 left, Wakeland leading 38-7. Wallace takes a snap, hands off to Hall again. Hall bursting forward, just never stopping there. JJ running hard, and he's about a yard short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 48-yard line. Hall plays hard, and he gets hit hard. I think he will sleep well tonight. But he's had a little hitch in the get-along, but he just keeps on ticking. So 3rd down and 1 here from the 48-yard line. Caden Wallace again from the shotgun. And he will hand off to Hall. Hall trying to take it around the right end and ran for a 1st down. JJ finding daylight as he kept looking and probing. And he finally got across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That's good enough for a Hootens Hardware 1st down for the Wildcats. And a very nice run. Looked like he was bottled up that time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But when they're able to move wide, they seem to be able to move their offense pretty decently. So that might be something to look forward to going forward.
And now Caden Davis is back. He's seemed like had a little breather. So now the handoff to Davis. Davis rushing straight forward. Got up to about the 45. Gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll be, well, they're going to, let's see, maybe give 5 yards on the play. Up to the 44-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats after a 5-yard run by Caden Davis, the senior who's really looked good running the football in practice. There's an offside call, and now Wallace shooting a pass deep downfield. It's intercepted down around the 10, but I think Wakeland was offside. But we'll let the officials call the game here. As looked like a free play, though. Wallace deciding to go for all the marbles there, and Wakeland picked off the pass, but again looked like a Wakeland penalty, but the officials will sort this out. And now they turn and will walk it off against Frisco Wakeland. Will take it just about to the spot. That'll go past the 1st down marker, so this is 1st down by penalty at the 39-yard line in Wakeland territory for the Wildcats. Another Hootens Hardware 1st down. They're in Emory, by the way, a very impressive place. Back to Caden Wallace. He hands off to Davis. Davis continued to slither through there and find daylight. And Davis runs inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. That's another gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats as they'll hand off Davis again. And Davis storms up in there and makes it down to the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats after a couple of runs. And now Caden Davis out and J.J. Hall back in there. They've shared the running load tonight. I think I improperly called Deloney one time, and he may be so busy on defense as a linebacker that they've just decided to go with the other 2 fellas. Caden Wallace takes a snap. Wallace fires a pass. It appeared to, yes, it was caught, and that was caught by Matthew Sherman. And it's down at the 26-yard line. Another 1st down for the Wildcats. Another Hootens Hardware 1st down. As the Wildcats on the move here with 7:34 left in the 4th quarter, trailing 38-7, excuse me. Wallace back to pass, avoids the rush and throws it down the field incomplete. And I believe towards Sherman. That is correct. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now from the 26-yard line. Caden Wallace looking to the sideline to get a call from the Wildcats offense and offensive coordinator Matt Young. Back to Caden Wallace, handoff, and the running back is sent down to the ground there. That was J.J. Hall on the carry and actually lost a yard. So it looks like about 3rd down and 11 now. And the ball is back around the 27-yard line. So 3rd and 11 from the 27 in Wakeland territory. Caden Wallace, the quarterback. Hearing that band play reminds me that you can see Spencer Emmert's Wildcat band next Friday night in Sulphur Springs. There's a pass complete to C.J. Williams. It's good for the 1st down. Nice pattern, C.J., to get that 1st down. And nice throw by Caden Wallace and a good catch by C.J. Williams. 1st and 10, another Hooten's Hardware first down at the 15-yard line. And 6:34 as Williams went out of bounds. So 6:34 still left in the fourth quarter. Wildcats trailing 38-10. But they're on the march here. Again, trying to get some confidence-building scores here. Caden Wallace takes the snap. He will fake and keep up the middle, and he will gain down to about the 13-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 13-yard line down in Wakeland territory. The starting B-back, and he's been back there quite a bit tonight, is Carson Fenton. And once again, Wallace from the shotgun takes a snap. He's looking. Now fires a pass incomplete. He tried to get it over to Carson Fenton, who had run out in the flat. Pass was incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8. B-back's coach is an excitable guy, a great personality. Casey Jeter. And he's got quite a band of those B-backs. Kind of an interesting hybrid position, kind of a blocker and a catcher. Once again, Wallace takes a snap. He'll hand off J.J. Hall. Hall is wrapped up, though, at the 15-yard line. That's going to be right about the original line of scrimmage where this all started, and it's going to be, and now flags fly. There's some extracurricular activity. I think a player on each team kind of got together for some extra stuff, and the flags flew. Every official tucking those in right now. There's one still down on the grass. So let's see. Sometimes you get the boys will be boys call, where it'll be a penalty, personal foul against both teams unless somebody initiated something. And let's see what the preliminary or what the indication is. Personal foul, Wildcats. And that's where the, personal foul. Yeah, okay, that's where it ends. So that was, that call went against the Wildcats. So now it's 4th and 25. And a long field goal. Well, we talked about the strength of the leg of Josh Tavera. You may remember Angel Tavera from a couple of years ago. This is his little brother. I say little advisedly. He's quite a bit bigger than Angel was. But this is going to be a 47-yard field goal. Tavera puts the foot into it and kicked it down, and it's good. Oh, my. A 47-yard field goal. And I'm telling you, Ross, that I am going to designate that as the play of the game. And that play of the game is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Dodge. And a 47-yard field goal. We're going to have to dig into the record books a little bit because that was a real moonshot. I told you that guy with a strong leg, and Josh Tavera with a 47-yard field goal. Wow. The Sulphur Springs Dodge play of the game in this one. And we have time out here with 5:37 left here in the fourth quarter. A new score now, Frisco Wakeland 38 and the Wildcats 10. Let's take a break and we'll be back in a moment. Jayhawk Chevrolet kickoff here, and here's the kick by Josh Tavera, and he puts the toe into it. Once again, Wakeland looking for a short kick. They have nobody deep, and Tavera just boots it away and sent it. The ball ends up 5 yards deep in the end zone. So Josh Tavera has been impressive on kickoffs, kicking deep, with Wakeland looking for those usual Wildcat short kicks. But I'll tell you what, they don't have to necessarily do that anymore. Not with that strong-legged young man, as he just showed with a tremendous 47-yard field goal. Wow, what a moonshot that is. And here comes Wakeland now, 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. They lead 38-10. Lewis, the quarterback, Actually, this is not Lewis. This is a backup quarterback, and he hands off or runs up to the 30-yard line. That backup quarterback is in there now. That is Will Blake. And Wakeland sending in quite a few of the backup players, and the Wildcats may be doing some of that too. I'll see if I can spot some of the Wildcats guys. I see Coben Wiley down there, a senior, is in the D-line. Meskimen is still in there, and Caden Eaton is still on the corner. We'll grab some of those other Wildcats numbers as we can. 2nd down and 5, and Blake now running the football, and he moves forward for about 3. It's going to be, looks like 3rd down and 2 from the 33-yard line. Let's see, also in there, that guy's a starter. That is Wyatt Smithson. Coach Owens was bragging on him on how well he played in that scrimmage the other night against Mount Pleasant. He called him by name. And here comes Wakeland on a big 3rd down and 2 now from the 33-yard line. And Blake, the quarterback, takes the snap. Handoff to the running back, and the Wildcats defense stuffed that one. Nice defensive play by the Wildcats. Should be punt time for Wakeland. As let's see, that I think that guy I called earlier was the last guy up there, Coben Wiley, the Wildcats senior. We also have Cameron Hargrave is in there. He's one of the starters. And on the corner, looks like, is Robbie Hanks, a senior defensive back. Punt time for Wakeland. And I believe that is Mitchell that is back on the Wildcat 35-yard line. Wildcats not wanting to jump here on 4th down and 1, and they do not. Here's the kick by Wakeland. And a fair catch called for and made there by Mitchell. Going to be on about the 27-yard line, or the 26-yard line. Let's call it the 26. So 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. They're trailing 38-7. There's just 3:18 left here in the 4th quarter. As the Wildcats huddling up over there, and we may see some younger fellas too. We'll just have to see how the coaching staff decides to play it. Let's see Sherman coming out there. And the ball has been moved. Well, the ball is back at the 17-yard line now. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. And a running play and a big burst up there. Oh, look at that strong run. That's got to be Deloney. Tell me that's not Deloney. That would be number 3. The load, 215-pound running back, and he ran like a runaway freight train. That's one thing Coach Owens says. He's got the potential. He needs to bring it. And I think Coach Owens, he brought it on that one. He hit those defenders with a lot of authority. 1st down and 10, Hooten's Hardware 1st down for the Wildcats at the 33-yard line. The snap comes back to Mitchell on the ground, flags everywhere. Wakeland, of course, helping the officials and telling them it's against the Wildcats. And that player was right. It will be a penalty on the Wildcats. Be of the 5-yard variety. And so the Wildcats will now have 1st down and 15 with the ball back at the 28-yard line. And another handoff to Deloney. And this one not quite as impressive as that other effort, but he got about up back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they did move it up to the around the 29-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down and 14. The ball at the 29 for the Wildcats. Again, backup quarterback Mitchell will fake No, he does hand off to Deloney, and he's hit by the entire Wakeland defense, I believe. Boy, he didn't have much of a chance then. They were all over him from the get-go. And it losses back to the 26-yard line, 3rd down, and appears to be about 17. And the Wildcats have another 10 seconds to get this play off. They will do it. That's back to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to fire one, and he completes the pass into the secondary as he hit Matthew. That's Matthew to Matthew there. No, I take that back. That was Glenn. That was Cable Glenn that made the catch up at the 36-yard line. Nice pass there from Matthew Mitchell.
Looks like we might have seen the last offensive play for Sulphur Springs tonight.
And punt time as Caden Wallace is back in to kick it. It'll be 4th down and 7. As we're in the last minute of the 4th quarter here. As Caden Wallace will take the snap and will kick it away from the receiver. It kind of angled out of bounds at a sharp angle. Let's see what kind of distance that they will record on that one. Well, looks like, well, now they're marching against the Wildcats vigorously.
Oof.
And they're going to stop at the 46-yard line in Wildcats territory, so a very short punt that time. And Frisco Wakeland, I have a feeling that we are going to see the famous knee play. But I could be wrong. 1st down and 10 from the 46 in Wildcat territory. Snap back to the quarterback. It'll be a running play instead. And a gain of 3 or 4 yards on the play. Running that one for Wakeland was Connor Gressett, the runner, and he gains 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6, or 20 seconds basically left in this football game. And Blake, the backup quarterback, not going to take the knee. Heck, I'm getting some playing time here. A run, I believe Gressett again on the carry, down inside the 40. So 2nd down and 3, and that is 000, and that's going to do it here from Toyota Stadium. And I'll tell you, I don't like this place as much as I did when I walked in. It may just have been this ball game that I had to digest, and I've got indigestion. The Wildcats had a tough night here with Frisco Wakeland, and Wakeland wins the ball game by the final score of 38-10. And Wakeland 1-0 on the season. This is the 2nd straight year that they've defeated the Wildcats. The Wildcats got the last win that was here in Frisco a couple of years ago. That was over at the old Memorial Stadium, and I don't want to disparage it. It's been refurbished. It looks very nice, but it's not the Star. It's certainly not this beautiful Toyota Center, which does have immaculate grass out there. Handled with care, and you can certainly tell that these ground crew members care a lot for this grass here in Frisco. So the Wildcats 0-1, and they will try to regroup as they get ready for the always tough Lucas Lovejoy Leopards. That's kind of like saying, well, that's even more alliteration than Frisco Wakeland Wolverines. So Lucas Lovejoy Leopards coming into Gerald Prim Stadium for game number 2. That'll be next Friday night from Gerald Prim Stadium, the home opener for the Wildcats. And so I know the Wildcats will work hard to try to put on a good show for the home folks, and we'll look forward to the Wildcat band being there and the Blue Blazes, along with the cheerleaders who are here tonight cheering on the Wildcats, as Coach Owens kind of conducting court down there with the Wildcats still on the field, and Wakeland's gathering at the other end. But Coach Owens having to have these players just lick their wounds a little bit and get ready. Ross, your thoughts on this one? It was kind of a one-sided affair. There looked like some points in the game where the Wildcats, a play here and a play there, could have tightened the game a little bit, but Wakeland just having too much overall.
You're absolutely right, and just like you said, it was a story of failed capitalization. A number of times Sulphur Springs was able to get in a position to where they could have put points on the board and made the score a little bit closer, but that one play where number 43 just intercepted, Colin Peak intercepted a pass. You know, they turned it around and one if not two plays later scored a 50-yard touchdown. So anytime that momentum could have shifted to the Wildcats, Wakeland just said, no, this is ours, and took it right back. So a story of failed capitalization.
I absolutely agree with you. That seemed like a very pivotal. That's the kind of thing you remember. I still remember a Texas High game years ago, and this was the team that eventually won a state championship. But we were playing, Coach Owens is going to hate me for bringing this game up because it's a game that he grits his teeth every time he thinks about it. But we were playing Texas High, and our all-world quarterback, Tyreek Rollison, tried for a sneak down on the goal line. There was a fumble, and Texas High recovered. And about 2 plays later, they hit the end zone. It all happened right in the fading minutes of maybe the first half or something like that, and it really, really, truly influenced the whole game. So I totally agree. That interception that bounced off the Wildcat and was intercepted, the Wakeland guy kind of, hey, look what I found, and kind of a nice run back to about the 50-yard line, and then the 50-yard bomb by Peyton Lewis. As Coach Owens mentioned, he can throw the ball. He really threw the deep ball nicely a couple of times, right on the money. So Wildcats just not enough in this one as Frisco Wakeland gets out with a 38-10 lead. James Terry was running our spots back at the station, and Ross Lubinsky helping me out in the booth tonight. Ross, we certainly appreciate you and look forward to having you work. But not only, I know you're doing more than just sports, so you're kind of helping around the entire station, but he's helping me out tremendously with a lot of different things as he's getting around and catching some volleyball games and doing all kinds of things. Doug Haston did our great engineering tonight. It was because of Doug and getting everything to go just right that we were able to live stream for so many people that could not make this drive over here tonight. And we heard from so many of them that were looking forward to a live stream, and we were able to do that. And Doug put all the wires in the right spots, and also shot all the video that you will see either on Channel 18 or on Facebook. Oh, no, not Facebook. How about YouTube? Yeah, you put videos on YouTube. There we go. And they will be showing up just as soon as Doug has a chance to get it all put together. I'm Don Julian with your play-by-play, and once again our final score here from the Toyota Center in Frisco. Frisco's Wakeland Wolverines 38 and the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs 10. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and so long, everybody.
Thank you, Don. You've been listening to Wildcat Football here on KSS 212:30 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. Stay tuned for TSN scoreboard already in progress.